All right, Kraft Heinz posting strong quarterly numbers for the third quarter, beating expectations on both the top and the bottom line, raising its full-year forecast, signaling it was prepared for another lockdown-led boom in demand as virus counts continue to climb across the country. Joining us now, Carlos Abrams-Rivera, president of Kraft Heinz U.S. zone, the company's largest. We went through this before, Carlos, and you were there for us, I'll say, in terms of stocking, and it's got to be complicated when demand goes up so quickly. And then it subsided a little, and now it may happen again. How are you preparing for this resurgence that we're seeing?
Well, first of all, glad to be here with you today. As you said, I think that it takes actually quite a bit of agility because situation actually changes almost week to week. And as you know and have been tracking, even within the United States, there's different pockets. And what we're seeing is that we have to really work with our customers and retailers to make sure that if they see different pockets of surge in certain areas of the country, and sometimes might be county to county, that we actually move our inventories and logistics in order to better service our consumer. The great news is that that's working, that everything that we're seeing so far, whether that is our progression or our performance in Q3, suggests that all this agility is actually working and helping us win in this environment.
If you maneuvered perfectly, Carlos, I could see how net this horrible situation we've been through over the past 10 months, whatever it is, maybe not quite, but this horrible situation, if you didn't have shortages, you could actually have higher sales year over year as people just happen to buy more just in case, right? I mean, this could be a net positive for Kraft Heinz in terms of overall sales?
Listen, let me just put in the context that obviously this is a difficult situation that we are going as a country. So at the same time, I think our role as Kraft Heinz is how we can help our people right now actually continue to benefit from feeding them the great products that we can provide. So right. It is a tough situation. Now, you talked about availability and capacity. I can tell you that as we sit here today, maybe there's a couple of pockets within our portfolio where we have constraint, but really those situations actually are behind us. So we have been able to get much more out of our factories. In fact, even in our constrained networks, we're getting about 20% more than we have ever gotten. We have expanded our network of co-packers to better service our customers. So actually, we're in a situation right now that we are in fact able to service the needs of our consumers as we stand here today, and why as the results that we showed yesterday, continues to build our momentum as well as we go into the end of the year.
Carlos, earlier I was kidding around about, that apparently U.S. consumers are mad at all of the corporations. And I said, well, what about Kraft Heinz? Come on. And I mentioned macaroni and cheese. And what I'm getting to is there are niche brands that have a lot of sizzle. Like, I think it's called Annie's. And I like Annie's, but I still like sometimes maybe falling back on brands that I know. Have you seen any of that as times we go through these times as a country where are some of your more established brands having a resurgence at this point?
Listen, I think that, there's three ways that I look at that. One is if you think about the amount of household penetration we have gained over this time period, it has been dramatically across all of our portfolio. And in fact, half of our brands are seeing double-digit growth in household penetration. So we know that, we're the ones that are being chosen by our consumers. The second fact I'll give you is today, consumers are telling us that 2/3 of consumers will prefer to buy a trusted brand. So in moments of, where people are looking for making sure they have the right value, that speaks to quality, taste, and something the whole family will really enjoy, our trusted brands are actually also winning in that environment. So there is a situation in which we're seeing household penetration gains, people believing that our trusted brands are the ones that really fit the value that they're looking for today. And as we are bringing new consumers into our brands, they're repeating at higher rates that we have seen in the past. So they're coming in, they're enjoying a brand, they're seeing, how great the mac and cheese is, and now they're actually using more and more than we have ever seen in the past.
Does this mean that there's less of an impetus to go with the latest trends on some of these niche brands that millennials and others just seem to prefer over their parents' products or something? Or, I mean, are you diminishing your efforts to do that, or still looking around constantly for new things?
Listen, I think for us it's a two-tier strategy. I think first is we continue to drive our icon brands and continue to support our business, and in fact, spending about 40% more this year in marketing than we have last year, and 70% more than we did in the first half. So we continue to focus on those. At the same time, we also actually have quite a bit of those challenger brands, whether that is things like Primal Kitchen and other brands that allows us to actually go talk to different consumers. The one factor I will tell you is that if you look at our household penetrations, the places we make the most gains have been with younger households, less people, and more diverse. So what we're seeing is that people who in the past maybe have not had a relationship with our brands now are coming into our products and they're repeating at a higher rate. So they're coming in, they're learning about our products, they're enjoying it, and why you and so many others are enjoying things like Kraft mac and cheese.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.